Well, hello folks, my name is Lamar and I am a simple solar homesteader. I'd like to invite you to come to my place right now. I'd like to show you around my solar cabin, some of the solar gadgets and things that we use around a homestead to make it operate more efficiently, give you a little bit of history and insight into how to build a cabin, and also like to invite you to come and visit my website, www.simplesolarhomesteading.com, where you can buy an ebook and get a whole lot more information on how to build a simple solar homestead. Right now I'll take you for a little walk around my yard, let you see what the land is like and how you can actually get started building a simple solar homestead without a whole lot of money and without a lot of experience. So here we go. This is my piece of property standing from my front porch. Out front there is a blacktop road. Used to be dirt when I was growing up here as a kid, but the county has finally come up and improved it. Vehicles sitting in the yard like most homesteads. The piece of property is actually just a little bit under an acre. It used to belong to my grandfather and then my father, and was split up between us 9 kids when my father passed away as part of our inheritance. So I got the property for free. But if you're looking for small land, pieces of land, you can always go on eBay or look around in most rural areas, talk to some of the farmers. You can usually find a small piece of land. About an acre is all you really need in order to have a functional homestead. Some places require you to build a bigger home on a bigger piece of property, but it's really not necessary for a small homestead like what I have here. Now I'm going to walk out here in my yard, off my front porch. Here you can see my flower beds that I have built right outside my house. Raised flower beds. You notice my plants aren't looking real good. That's because it's October 1st and we just had a major freeze here. I got down to about 20 degrees, killed off pretty much all the garden. Luckily I was able to harvest everything out of my garden before that happened. But it's sure nice having these boxes right outside my front door, because I have tomatoes, cucumbers, and everything else just right outside when I want to eat them. Now I'll come out here and I'll show you what the cabin looks like. There's the front porch and the front of the cabin. Now, as you can see up on top of my porch there, I have solar panels. There's some 45-watt Harbor Freight panels up there, and then I have a mixture of Sanyo and Kyocera panels up there. You can't see all of the panels. 2 of the panels are laying down to catch more of the afternoon sun, while the others are all angled at 45 degrees to catch the morning sun. I will explain how the solar panel systems works in a minute, but for right now I want to show you around the cabin. First, let me tell you a little bit about this cabin. I built it completely by myself from all new products and materials, except for the doors and windows, which I salvaged from another home that was being torn down. The front door is steel with insulation in it. The windows are all double pane sliding glass windows. Very good quality windows, but I didn't pay a cent for them except to take them out of the house. The cabin itself is 14 by 14 feet. Which seems like it would be quite small, but once you get inside, I think you'll be quite impressed with the amount of room that comes in a cabin like this. The reason that I built the cabin at this size was because the piece of property that I live on was not large enough, they said, by the county to build a house. But I was allowed to build a structure under 200 square feet and call it a shed. So by going by 14 by 14, I now have a nice, comfortable cabin to live in. I don't pay the property taxes that you would on a regular size house, and I skirted the county building codes. Now you can see the sides of the cabin. Those are built from 2x4 walls sided with T111 siding. You notice it's not painted. I don't paint, and I don't like stain on a house, and generally it's not necessary. As wood dries out, it's naturally preserved. As long as it's not in contact with a lot of water or dirt, it won't rot out. And so I leave the walls just a plain natural color. The sun will beat down on it, and over the few years that'll turn a nice dark reddish color that's just beautiful. Let's get down to some basics here. The front porch is not included in the cost of the house for under $2,000. That was built on separately, and I'll explain that it is built from logs that I got from a lumber mill that's just up the road, and what they call rough sawn pine boards for the floorboards. It sits on 4 posts in the front. It sits on 2 large posts in the rear side. To the cabin. The foundation of the cabin which is probably the most important part of any home, is the foundation. What I used are what they commonly call deck piers. If you look down here, you can see that what it is almost like a cement block, but it's designed to accept a 4x4 post in the top of it.